Hey folks, this is a PSA. Don't be like Palliath in our raid. Get out there, get vaccinated, or else I'm gonna fucking roast you during raid and nobody can fucking stop me.
2, 1.
Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Yo, what up? I'm Slidewhistle.
It is me. I am here ready for spooky season. I am Immunization, the vampire, aka the pumpkin that is on Vander Lyle's desk.
And it is I, spooky, scary, seasonally appropriate Aaron, Fireman Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag. And I just want to say, before we continue, I need to address the last episode. I am sorry for playing Baron Corbin's theme. The loud anime music that was louder than us talking, I love that shit. I'd do that shit over again. But no one deserves long hair Baron Corbin theme.
You played Baron Corbin's theme on the one. You better apologize. I didn't know you played Baron Corbin's theme.
I did, and I'm so sorry, everyone. It felt good in the moment, but in the end, it just soured the whole experience.
And, you know, there are a lot of audio things that we've used in the past that I feel like somebody could come to us for like, ask us to, like, have things taken down. But I feel like WWE is up there. And probably, like, every time we mention RuPaul, those are, like, probably our biggest chances of being, like, taken off the internet.
I'm pretty sure we have broken a few laws by stealing the rattle sound effect from Drag Race. But you know what? I'm going to keep doing it because I live on the edge.
Baron Corbin's gonna come give you one of his big slams. What's his move called? Big slam? Big slam?
I think the spinny one's called a deep six, maybe? I don't know.
Ugh, fuck you, Baron Corbin.
I'm sorry for tainting now this episode with mention of him, but I swear that this will be my final time.
You hear that, Baron? Don't come back here anymore.
Add it to your lists of misfortune. You're now banned from the DNR podcast.
I'm mad. Target didn't have my Halloween cereals, and October is like in 2 days. What the fuck are they doing? Where's Blueberry?
Well, it sounds like they're stocking it in 2 days.
I mean, but by the time this podcast comes out, though, it's officially spooky season, so I guess you'll have to make a second trip to try to find your blueberries.
Let's take bets. Will they re-release Yummy Mummy and Fruit Brute like they did last year? Or will they just be like, you know what? Maybe we'll just go back to doing the real 3 cereals.
I think last year we needed the emotional boost that Gummy Mummy and Fruit Brute gave us. Now that we're returning to, air quotes, normalcy, I think they're just going to be rolling out the big 3.
Yeah, much like the rest of the world, even though we're very much so in a pandemic, they're like, we don't care as much this year.
I'm hoping for a secret 4th Elvira as a lesbian cereal. Or she's bi. She's one of the two, right? She said that she's...
I believe she is bisexual, but it's one of those 75-25 type things where she was like, I will approach any pussiche before I look at a wiener.
I never really thought about it, but I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Like, I can see it. Elvira, yeah. This is a lot of thoughts at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah, welcome to our World of Warcraft podcast that is about apologies for wrestling, Elvira's sexuality, and Slidewhistle's inability to get Halloween cereals.
I mean, I feel like that at least is... I was going to say it's 2 for 3 on spooky things for October, but honestly, Baron Corbin's pretty spooky too, so that's pretty 3 for 3 spooky.
Especially holding on to his hair 2015 Corbin. That is the scariest I can think of.
Okay, what do we got in the WoWesphere? Our new and improved WoWesphere.
Okay, welcome to the WoWesphere, everyone, and I'm going to kick us off on the
WoWesphere.
So into the WoWesphere we go, and we have ourselves our first podcast review in a very long time. In our pre-production meeting, we were like, wait, well, we have to take a shot for this. It's been a while. It's been a minute.
I was like, where'd the review come in at? I was like, I didn't see it on Warcraft Radio. I didn't see it on iTunes. Where'd she be? Oh, she on Twitter? Okay. I'm okay with some ghetto reviews. Let's go.
Yeah, so this review was tweeted at us from our pal Crucifix, and he says, at Do Not Relent Pod, okay, long overdue review. weekly Warcraft fix for news and current content in the game. These three fuckers are hilarious. Every show you never know what's coming. They got game shows, sexy NPC contests, awards, Cubby Bub, and Sweaty Gumbo. Check it out, and do not relent it 5 stars.
Boy, wait until he hears the beginning of this episode. We truly do have everything.
So, in honor of this review, as promised, we are taking shots of the alcohol. Slide and I have this effin' vodka that is flavored with as if it were rosé. So that's what we're gonna take a shot of.
I told you not to
so
tell me what it was.
fancy.
It's like, well, I guess we'll see. I haven't tasted it. Here we go. Shooting the shot.
I just have a lot of this strawberryta.
That was just vodka. Like, where was the rosé at?
It smells like rosé, at least.
Oh my god, I did not like that.
You know what? Usually taste is what's important, but it smells like rosé, so it still passes the 1 sense test.
It also looks like rosé, so I guess that's
There you
something.
go. There's
It
two.
kind of feels like rosé.
When I swish it around, it sounds like rosé would when I spin it in a bottle.
Swish, 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 swish.
But yeah, thank you for this review, Crucifix, and also a reminder to all of y'all out there, we will read your reviews, take a shot, leave us a review on iTunes, wherever we will find it. We'll take a shot.
You can also join our Discord, which information is on our Twitter, and it's in the show notes. I have not checked in a couple of weeks to make sure that it did not expire, but it should be fine.
I check it every week just to make sure,
Oh,
and
cool.
every so often it asks if Captain Planet wants me to join a Discord that I helped create.
All right, then we're in the business.
And by the business, you mean the WoWesphere. So what news do we
Wah,
got
wah,
this
wah,
week,
wah, wah.
boys?
We're back in the WoWesphere. We're back in its circular embrace.
I was looking at the show notes, but I accidentally scrolled to the top, and I was like, "What are you talking about? Twisted Corridors release? They're doing a part 2 to that?"
We've gone a little too far into the WoWesphere. Gotta back it up a
Wah,
little
wah,
bit.
wah, 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 wah.
All right, well let's talk about the important things here, and that's that we have a model, a working model for the Soaring Spell Tome. The big loser in the mount contest is getting its chance at redemption here.
Whoa, I resemble that
Yeah.
comment. Come on. It was at least second or third, I think. And if it was any lower, please don't tell me. I can't handle that kind of disappointment.
I'm posting the pictures of this mount to the host chat, Aaron, so you can feast your eyes upon this beauty.
Okay, so I saw it and I said, that just looks like a book. And then it took me half a second. I was like, oh, wait, it is a book.
It's just a book, yeah.
It really, when a human man isn't on it, I'm just like, wow, that's a book.
Oh yeah, did you see the gif of that man writing it?
I did not, but I can imagine it. And also, I must say, this is a cool book.
It is a cool book, and I like how the undercarriage of this book is glowy purple, very arcane, very magical spell book, as you would expect. But yeah, it appears as if you ride it just as you would one of the mage discs, except it's a book, so you're just kind of standing on the center of it.
I'm sorry, this is very important. We're all going to need to watch this video together because the animation for summoning the book is really fucking cool. So I'm posting the link to host chat. Aaron, give it a click. This thing has some sick ass animations. Holy dope.
Yeah, and I feel like they're still working on it a little bit because it still, looks very PTR to me. But
Yeah, I would say, this man definitely just slides up and down the Y-axis while wiggling his hands. But that does look super sick.
Look at how the pages like turn so magically.
Yes, it gives me major Page Master vibes.
Oh, dude, this is a Page Master book. Fuck yeah, this is a Page Master podcast.
it really is, though. Slide infamously has this one hard drive that just has... it has like 3 sources of media on it. One of them is the Page Master movie. The other folders, I believe, are the entirety of Kenan and Kel, and what was the other
The
series? There was one other
entirety of
series.
Dragon Ball Z, correct?
And also critically acclaimed Fox Kids series In Tune for Halloween, ABC Family series, Big Wolf on Campus. All 4 seasons of it, in case you want the only person in town who has all the hard copies of it.
You might be officially the archive of that series now. I don't know where else people can find
I am aggressively looking it up because
if you have seen Big Wolf on Campus, please. Okay, it's supernatural. It's pre-supernatural. It's this big werewolf guy. He's the big wolf on campus, and he has this little nerdy white friend, and they beat up monsters together, like in the show Supernatural.
I do appreciate the entirety of the IMDb entry is a high school athlete who has been bitten by a werewolf fights to save his town.
Okay, so I don't know if we've mentioned this on the podcast before, but Slide started it. He and his details name, he changed it to Big the Cat. Then Pablo changed his name to Big the Wolf because he's an elemental shaman. And then I changed myself to Big the Goat because, Dre and I. Aaron, you don't have details, but I think if you did, you should change yours to Big the Wolf on Campus.
It wouldn't fit. There's no way it'd fit.
You know what? Maybe I have to download it just to do that.
I legitimately don't think anybody else has heard of Big Wolf on Campus, and I don't know how. Like, it was just on TV when all the kids were home from school. The main character was kind of hot when I was a kid. I don't think he's that hot anymore.
Who is the main character?
Brandon something.
Oh, anyways, was this also like proto Teen Wolf?
I mean, technically, it's not proto. It is just Teen Wolf because Teen Wolf came out in like the 80s. So it's kind of like Teen Wolf, but it's just like more supernatural. It's weird.
Damn. Maybe my comment about calling it proto Teen Wolf really aged us in showing that we don't know that.
Brandon Quinn played Big Wolf on Campus. Wow, I can't believe Okay, Aaron, you would love this. Sorry, everybody, this is not WoW, I know. Trust me, it reminds me of WoWesphere. Aaron, I feel like you worked on this show. You want to know why? Because his foil, his second buddy, was named Merton J. Dingle. If that's not an Aaron name, I don't know what is.
That literally was like 3rd or 4th in my fake namosphere. Like, you only had to squeeze 2 more out of me before I was going to get to Merton J. Finkel.
Okay, we don't have enough time in this podcast to also make a detour into the fake namosphere, okay?
Right.
Yes, please, let's exit out of that one and go back into the WoWesphere.
Back to the WoWesphere. Immune, we're going to watch all of Big Wolf on Campus, by the way, for Halloween, just so you know.
Excuse me.
Fair enough.
Please stream it.
Yeah, let's stream it. Let's stream it on Discord. Let's watch it.
After this, let's do it. Let's start it. Okay, anyway, back to the WoWesphere. Where were we? The book. The book's fucking dope. And what's next?
Some random change that just happened today was that they announced that in PTR they are changing those ghosts in the like sexy quarters of Karazhan. They're changing half of them to be male because they're just like groups of like sex workers basically. So there are now male concubines there as well. I don't know. It's interesting. And these ones are actually called consorts.
Okay, wait. So they named them consorts. I think they don't know what the word consort means.
So some of them are called consorts and some of them are called concubines, I think.
Yeah, last episode you guys were like, oh, maybe they meant concubines. I do think World of Warcraft development team of 2005 really just mixed up the words.
Okay, but like when they made this change, they had to put in that name, right? Or do these consorts exist in different ways in BC? You know what I mean?
You know, I'm unsure. So I just looked a little bit more into it, and officially there are some mix of concubines, consorts, knight mistresses, and knight lords, and hosts and hostesses in this quarter. And they all still have the same voice line. So apparently there's like a male one that talks about how his client could not afford him.
Like, consort does not mean sex worker. There's no definition that I've been able to find or that I just know of that means, look at this consort verb, obsolete escort. So even the dictionary says using consort as an escort is obsolete.
Maybe the dictionary had to hot patch themselves for this 9.1.5 to add that in there.
Do you think Merriam and Webster also has to deal with the leaving of Alex Afrasiosby?
Maybe.
Absolutely.
Okay, who are those people? Merriam and Webster? Noah Webster, 1806. Merriam published. Got it. They were rude people. Anyway, back to the WoWesphere. So like this change is it's not as stupid as the other changes because A, it takes like no time to make these changes. It's pretty basic. B, I'm okay with having some males in there to fuck. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. It's also strange because, I mean, BC, as early as 2005, 2006, we had the pleasure zone that featured both men and women. So I felt like a bisexual bash was always on the table, even as early as that. So it seems weird that it's like, no, Karazhan, that's only ladies.
Wait, I wonder if this means that eventually they're going to add the male Shivari or whatever. Well, we mentioned them before. What are the male ones called?
The incubi.
Malvari? Venari?
No, you will not see me in the Pleasure Palace.
My pants are too clown-esque to be there.
Do you know what's under these pants? Spooky green mist.
I mean, I'm sure somebody in the Pleasure Palace would be into that.
My only hang up with this is that, like, who's still fucking going to Karazhan? I mean, I know everyone out there screaming, I gotta get my mount. Yeah, it's fine. But, like, when's the last time you actually looked at anything in there? You just run through it. Like, are they planning to make something in there replayable for, like, current content? Or are they just like, let's scrub everything?
I honestly think they're taking the really adventurous approach to try to scrub everything. It's what it seems like to me. I mean, I think they must just be trying to make... It might be their way of making a cultural change of saying, we're going to go into every aspect of this game that's ever existed and at least make it so that it's not just sexualizing females.
Which is fair, because when you're leveling and you're a new player, you're gonna come through all of these zones, and you might not see Karazhan, but you might see Karazhan for some reason. I don't know what the fuck. If you're a new player going through Karazhan, how the fuck do you even find that place? I didn't know that those places even existed for forever.
It's not like in a random dungeon queue. You have to intentionally go into both Karazhan in BC and Legion. So it's a conscious choice, but I'm glad while you're consciously choosing it, there will be some hot boys there too.
And that brings us to our next change, which this is groundbreaking for a couple of reasons. They've changed and removed some negative emotes in the game, but they've also have added emotes for what? Probably the first time in, I couldn't even tell you how long. Like, what's the last new emote we had? I never heard about this being before.
Well, that's the thing, though, is that when you were going over the emotes that have been changed, I was like, I don't remember these ever being a thing. They could have added a new emote last week, and I would never have known.
Yeah, out of this list that's being removed, I think the only two that I knew that were actively a thing were, like, Fart and Moon, only because Dolly would moon people in Raid. But apparently these are ones that were specifically doing different things when they were targeting other player characters.
Yeah, so it's the classic one where it's like, they've adjusted drool, cough, burp, fart, whistle, spit, and moon. By the way, this is the second time they've adjusted whistle in like a year. Now, I knew about fart, I knew about whistle, I knew about moon and spit. I've never coughed on anybody, and I never drooled. And when you drool over the person you're clicking on. So you're like...
I wonder if there was like a huge influx of people like coughing on people when COVID became a thing.
That's what I was wondering. I say that one seems less like sexually aggressive based and more just we live in a world where aggressively coughing on a person is like deeply upsetting now.
Yeah, because the emote for cough is just name coughs at name. So like that's it. So like that's got to be a COVID one, right? Now they've adjusted pounce and groan. Again, emotes I never knew existed because why am I /pouncing anybody? And they've added huzzah, magnificent, impressed, and wince. Now, I think when you add an emote, something that should be key is the word should be short because you're typing it out. Who the fuck is typing out /magnificent? Who would even think to type that out?
I'd be like, I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. I might misspell that.
Yeah, I'm gonna stare at you dead in the eyes, and I guess they don't see when you fail an emote, but I'm just gonna sit there like, hey, guess what? As like like slash magnificite slash mag-iffinant. Like, I'm gonna do a thing at you soon, I promise.
It's like, I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to figure out how to spell this new long emote.
I promise you I'm doing a thing, I can't spell. I went to public school.
So for the new emotes, we have what the text will appear as. So if I were to wince at Aaron, it would say, Wild Seed winces sympathetically at Growlina. That looked like it hurt. So what? If they die, I guess, and I want to make fun of somebody, I can wince at them?
This is the thing I will say, and so I will throw out the blanket statement of do change things that make people feel bad. But the way that we do emotes is so adaptive. Like, if someone dies and I'm like, I want to make fun of them, and I'm like, that's cringe, I can slash wince at them. How long does that go on before it's like, okay, slash wince has now become toxic?
Which is why reading this, I can see they added the word sympathetically to try to mitigate that. So then it would be like, you wince sympathetically at immunization, because the sympathetically should be like, oh, I'm on your side. But no one's gonna take it that way. If I die and Aaron winces at me, I'm like, this motherfucker's wincing at me over there. Fuck this guy.
The magnificent one, though, is so extra. So if I did it, it would be like, immunization nods approvingly at Growlina. Magnificent job.
Why isn't that just nod? Because nod is already a thing. Okay, magnificent is stupid. This could have been anything. Why magnificent?
I don't know. I'm going to be using that one post sexual times in the inn in Goldshire, apparently.
After a particularly impressive bout on Moonguard, I'm going to slash magnificent my partner, and then we're going to go eat mana buns.
I think the best one for post Moonguard sex is going to be huzzah and impressed. Huzzah is, you cheer boisterously for sex slave, huzzah! Or the other one for impressed is, Growlina claps vigorously for you. Clearly impressed.
Maybe that's for, the old Neil clap. I'll sneak in a Neil impressed every so often, too, just to raise their spirits.
Oh, no. But then they've also removed 4 emotes. And I can safely say I've only used one of these. They removed kick, stink, shake, and moan. Ugh.
So which one have you used, Slide?
I believe shake. When you do shake, it says, Wild Seed shakes his rear at... I'm scrolling down to see. Yes, you shake your rear at. Now, moan... I wish I would have known moan was in this game earlier. Because if I was to moan at you, it would say, Wild Seed moans suggestively at immunization. Ugh.
I just think of those cupcake remixes. It's like, I'm horny.
Slap my ass like a drum. Which, it's fine. Like, these emotes, who cares? Like, whatever.
I don't know. But now also, her lawyers might be on to us. I'm sure they're calculating still about this podcast.
My lawyers
Cupcake
are
and Baron
calculating.
Corbin have come together in a strange union to destroy us.
Baron Cupcakein. Mooning. The mooning one is kind of weird to me because mooning is never a sexual act to begin with. Mooning is just like, you know what? Defining mooning is actually really hard because it's weird that you would do moon anyone in the first place.
I think it's supposed to be like a disrespect thing.
It definitely is, but like, isn't that weird to think about? That like, I'm disrespecting you by pulling down my pants and my underwear, and I'm gonna show you my booty cheeks. Like, how stupid is that?
Like, you gonna show us your feet for free too?
Like, I'm gonna throw like a dick-shaped rock at your asshole. You better fucking look out. Like look out. Like, I'm coming.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
man.
know what? And I feel like that's just a taunt from a different age. Like, I guess if a 1950s man looks at like a bus and sees a child's butt, it's like, oh no, now they're going to excommunicate me from my local church because I saw a butt.
Not the butt. Now, the one I don't understand is why did they remove kick? All kick does is name kicks at name.
Well, for being mean, for being vaguely violent, I would assume.
Okay, but isn't
like
slap
it does
still
the
in?
same thing for now, and that's not even like what else are I gonna take? But like, I'm sure they'll get that one too. Like anything that is violent against another player, I would assume is gone because it can be perceived as rude.
It's weird, but like this is a blue post, right? So like there also is a note attached to this. Developer's note. Some of these emotes seem to have harmless intentions at a glance, but when used while targeting another player, their intentions can turn unexpectedly suggestive, or intrusive. So we made adjustments to these emotes with negative connotations towards another player. So like they looked at the whole list.
I will say though, I didn't know that Shake did that, and I do know that in our raid, I think when Honors went AFK one time, somewhat recently, Myths did /Shake on him, kind of like, like shake him like, where are you? Mm-hmm. And then it ended up mooning him. So...
Don't you hate when that happens? Don't you hate when you grab some brother shows and shake them, and you accidentally pull down your drawers and your pants and pull out your cheeks? I hate when that happens at Walgreens.
But just for real. Things,
wah, 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 wah. But just for real, and this is not me being like a contrarian or fatalistic or whatever, all of this means nothing in a world where /me still exists.
Right, exactly. Because there's gonna be those people who do the fucking /me steals a pocket from you, and then everyone's like, from you? Because it says your name, you know what I mean? Everyone reads it like, oh my god, but they're saying it to everybody. Also, I said steals a pocket. I meant to say steals gold from your pocket. No, steals pocket.
Steals a burlap sack. You reach into your pants, there's one on the right, none on the left. But I mean...
I was gonna be like, no, my hot pocket.
Oh no! It was the right temperature. I had to wait for so long for it to get perfectly cooled. But no, like, it could be like /me, so that becomes Growlina. Growlina kicks you. Growlina spits on you. Not saying these things would happen, but like /me allows you to do all of the things that you have done that have been banned, and even more.
And if they're on the same faction, you can just whisper "fuck you,"
fire hose,
and then that's it. Like you got it. Like it's the same of, you know what I mean? So I think it's fine because it can still do the cross like thing. Also, Aaron, give me a big censor on that F word just in case.
I was about to say out of bounds. I was like, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do with that one because I think that's the first time we dropped fire hose.
It's fine. I can say it.
You can say it,
loud.
but I don't. I was going to say
apparently our audience didn't know you were legally allowed to say that.
My favorite comment here is from Sir Welshimers, who says, "Welp, you just pissed off the other half of the remnants of your player base. The fact they are even removing anything else beyond /whistle is astounding." Okay, Sir Welshimers, hot take, bud.
I wasn't one of them spitter sexual abusers, but I did like to physically intimidate my friends. Now that that's gone, what's the point?
I hate this guy.
Well, something good, though, that was announced. I mean, not that, whatever. I'm indifferent to the whole emote thing, but we are getting something interesting where you're now able to share your transmog sets with friends in-game with a new dressing room type deal that's being added in 9.1.5.
Yeah, you can share your hot fits with all your friends. And my favorite thing is that their example that they chose to use was this hideous Goblin Warlock transmog. If you ever are going to share a this Goblin Warlock transmog with me, stop. Uninstall World of Warcraft, because I don't want to fucking talk to you. What is this?
It is very gross.
He said, that's a fit that is sending me back to Gaia Online. Do not show this to me.
I posted it in host chat. Have you seen it, Aaron? Look at this shit. Look at how bad this looks.
Whoa, fucking yucker. Wait, isn't that just your guy?
No.
I swear, your goblin be looking like this.
Excuse me, my goblin cannot wear this outfit. This is a cloth warlock fit. My girl, Gum Gums, is a male wearer of shaman orientation.
That statement really confused me because at first I was like, no, Gum Gums is a girl.
I seen her, she's a lady.
As I was saying it also confused me. This is cool. You can just like this is gonna get abused to high fucking heaven. You know, newcomer chat's gonna be filled with guys. Look at my transmog. Troy chat's gonna be look at my fit of somebody in their underwear.
Oh my god, you know newcomer chat doesn't even know that T-Mog exists. They barely know how to slash backward slash wave at Gorgrongath.
I will be so excited for newcomer chat, and I will never put them down. I'll always tell them it's super cool, because they're like, wow, look at this cool set, because you do get like a full set from the island, and be like, oh, that's great, baby, you're doing it.
They're like the 8th person in a row to link it, and maybe they don't even know it.
The 19th person this hour to show me the mail set. I was like, oh my god, you're doing so well.
Because undocumented patch notes in 9.1.5, they're also adding a last NPC at the end of the island that shows you how to link your transmog.
You're looking good, champion. Have you ever decided to tell people how you look? Just put in /4. Growlina will be there, and she'll give you some positive affirmations.
Test it out by sending it to the newcomer chat.
Speaking of positive affirmations, here's Growl with some bullshit.
Hey everybody, it's G. Back at it again to separate the first 30 minutes from the other 40 minutes. I'm here with Vanoosh, asking if the return to, air quotes, normalcy around the world has affected his game time. Well, my company has been back to usual for a while, so I've had to scale back my playing in a major way. That's a real shame, Van. We had a choice year here in the Shadowlands as the real world crumbled around us. But hey, with all the sillies out there not taking care of themselves, maybe we'll be in another goddamn lockdown. Fuck, I hope not. Get vaccinated, people. For the love of God, just do it. You heard it here, everyone. Van and I have tricked you into listening to a pro-vaccine attack ad. Get vaccinated ASAP and encourage others. It's the only way to stay safe. And remember, leave the horse pills to the Stormwind Chargers. Until next week, it's been Growlina.
Wow, thanks, Growlina. That sure was enough time for me to scroll on my phone and go... That was the sound of me blowing air out of my nose at a moderately funny joke.
You're like, hee hee ha ha.
I tend not to hee hee ha ha when it comes to personal life. Usually you get a hearty chortle or air out of my nose.
Oh, you know my Facebook feed makes me... Actually, I can't even lie about that. My Facebook feed is fucking awful. It has no memes, no good jokes, so I never blow air through my nose there.
With the legalization of gay marriage, the coronavirus, and the coronavirus vaccine, I feel like I got rid of a lot of the fun Ipsyites I used to have. Now it's just all on Devin Thompson, and he hasn't been funny recently.
I've also narrowed it down to like a couple of people who I just keep around because they are like comically super villain anti-mask.
I would say just pure unadulterated ancestral home. It's like, that's that good shit.
It's like if Lex Luthor was poor, stupid, and like just a all-around idiot. Like, yeah, I would love to read those Facebook posts.
Like, Slide is purposely part of insert our hometown's names Facebook group. There's 2 of them, and they fight with each other sometimes, and they currently are fighting.
I'm still pulling for that mayor you showed me. I think he's got what your insert hometown needs.
He's got this. Let's talk about Raid. Let's talk about how we're doing in Raid and what.
More about how you're doing in Raid.
What are you talking about? We're all doing Raid. We're practicing Sylvanas. We hit phase 3 by the skin of our teeth.
It's a hollow effort now because you and your side piece did the impossible.
Okay, well, I don't really think it's a side piece if we intend to fully raid with both teams.
Yeah, and also you do it every week.
Anyways, and I also don't think that we can say we made it to phase 3 with Sylvanas with Uno Mas, because so far only Lynn has made it twice.
Okay, so I do want to talk about that part because yes, me and me do have AOTC with Doctor Jobs, which is great. But our guild group, they're a bit slower. You know, I've always said this, and you know, they take things chill and take their time. So there was a point where we were at like super close to getting into phase 3, and Lynn and Minnie and I were alive, and I was like, "What are we doing?" Like, I understand that we're staying alive just so we can say, and
just for the meme of it.
Well, and so Warcraft logs shows that we made it to phase 3, and I'm like, but it's just gonna say we wiped at like 70%, 60%, so like it doesn't matter. So I jumped off, and then naturally Minnie and Lynn keep going because the meme of them, you know what I mean? I'm just like, guys, the memes, we don't need memes. We need dreams.
I will say I was very disappointed in myself last night because for the first time since Sadis came out, I died to my own chain. That's never happened before.
I mean, statistically, the number of pulls you've had, it's gonna happen. You're gonna get a bad chain. You can get really bad chains that you can get unlucky with. Or you can stand in the middle of 3 chains, and none of them are like, you're close enough, we're gonna go to everybody else. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, so full disclosure, what happened was I was near the middle, and it was a time when all of us got chains, and they were like 4 or 5 arrows that were around me, and I wasn't fully confident about which one was mine, even. So then I was like trying to get away from all of them but stay in the middle, and then I just ended up being pulled into mine instead. It was bad.
It does, and I know there is no rhyme or reason as far as whose chains get eliminated first. It does feel really personal when you're one of the last ones. Like, I was running against my chain, I was helping people out, and I was like dying, and I was like, oh, so I guess we don't like Aaron, huh? I guess he's not cool?
I think we really do need to adopt the strat of everybody get in the middle. Because what happens is, like, we end up splitting the entire map in half. And we have some chains on one side and some on the other side. And, like, I'm always like, whose chain is out there far off 60 miles in the distance? I'm nowhere near that. And then I run to it, and then it's too late. The chains zap them. I do wish, what Amin was saying about how you can't tell the chains apart, I wish that your chain was like highlighted in like a white or just some kind of like aura. That way you can tell. Because I had a moment where I was like, I can't tell which of my chain of these 5 I can go to. So I'm going to run away and not hit any of them, which sucks because like I could break somebody out like Aaron, who was left last.
Like, there was a moment last night I had to ice block and I got out of it and I was like, thanks, guys.
Okay, if you ice block,
really wanted to blow that one in round 1.
If you ice block though, does that clear the chain?
Yes.
No, I don't think it does. I think you're still chained. But like it makes it so that you stop taking damage at least and you don't move.
Oh, I was gonna say I think you should always ice block then, only because of the
No,
fight.
because ice block is my heal, so we kind of need to do that. That's some exclusive Shadowlands tech, and Adorno will also say the same thing. Is we need to keep it as a heal now because with a conduit, we can get like 90% of our health back.
Oh, well, he can do it twice because he's frost mage, so he can afford the ice block in the beginning. But it's it's an 8-minute cooldown on ice block, but it is a really long fight.
It's 4 or 5 minutes, I believe, and then I do have a thing that makes it shorter, but like I can do it twice in a fight if I'm lucky.
Because I'm using my potion 3 times in this fight. It's so unbearably long. I'm sick of this fight. I'm so sick of this fight.
Yeah, I also like use 3 mana potions on the fight, which is kind of insane. I should probably start using 3 healing potions as well. Now that I think about it, because it's better for me to use that than to cast mana on myself, right?
Hey, listen, you're talking to the wrong people. I have no idea what healer tech looks
I've
like.
never done a mana potion in my life. I have one move that costs mana, and it hurts me every time I use it.
Counter spell?
Yes. No, spell steal.
Oh yeah, that's what it's called. But yeah, the group's we actually are proccing well. I know it doesn't feel like we are, Aaron, because like it just feels bad having to go back to the beginning of phase 1 and then phase 2 and then die. But like we are making great progress, and I think people now understand that we have to kill the big ads. The little ads do not matter. You can kill 1 billion little ads, but when those 2 big guys fall, the bridge is made. We good.
I also think that if once we have our full raid team, it will be easier as well. Our 4th host and 4th healer and Zuli weren't there, so I feel like when they return, that will make things a little easier.
Oh yeah, because like they couldn't make it. Lynn was saying that they had something come up, and we could feel that we needed that 4th healer. Jamonkey, where were you? Just kidding. You probably were actually legitimately busy. It's weird that I know that she listens to this, so I had to be like, it was a joke. It was a joke. I'm kidding.
Yeah, where the fuck were you? Just kidding. I'm sure you had important stuff to do. Please don't stop listening. We love you.
Please just like, yeah, it'd be cool. So tonight, what do you think we're doing today? We're probably gonna go back and pick up more bosses for the vaults.
Yes,
right?
that's the thing, because and last week we did the same thing. Lynn's like, well, I want everyone to get their 9 kills down, but that takes like half the night
right.
Still, even though we're beefed. So how many pulls really do we get on Sylvanas before it's like, okay, let's do bosses 2 through 8?
Yeah, that's the thing though, but like there are people who don't get gear from any way other than the raid in our team, I feel like. So they probably want to get those bosses for loot to round out their set, and also to just have an expanded vault. So that's probably why. I mean, like,
and also to finally get their cloth hat that has eluded them for years. Immune and Adorno were showing off their cloth hats. It was super cool. I definitely didn't have to hide behind a tree and pretend I had it.
I do wish we could get like most of the people on our team to do content other than raid. And like I know we have like Friday night for dungeon nights, but like I've been busy the past fucking 5 Fridays. So is that dead now? I think it's dead now, right?
It's really unfortunate because we instituted it, and then immediately Slide and I had this slew of like a month and a half when we were booked solid on weekends because like various different reasons. We had Riot Fest, we had like people coming into town. I mean, well, Aaron is here, so yeah, like so many things happened that we were unable to do anything on the weekend. So yeah, I hope it's still a thing, but I have a feeling it's not.
I don't think it is. I mean, like I was gonna say I'd check, but I'm going to fucking Michigan because Maria's going to Florida in fucking 2 weeks forever. So I'm like, even now, I'm fucking not gonna be here Friday or Saturday. Like, fuck me.
Is that for real?
Yeah, she
I'll hang out.
She passed her test. Well, so I'm gonna be in Michigan, but it's I don't know where the fuck she's living right now. Like they moved like 3 times since I've been gone. Anyway, back to the WoWesphere. Wow. What were we even saying? Raid. Yeah, we're doing okay. We're if we don't my estimate, we're gonna kill this boss in 2 to 3 weeks.
I would say 3. I definitely do think it's not like it's going to be like, this is the end of us. We will beat it. It'll just be in a slightly longer than I'd like time frame. But then honestly, after that, what do we do? Like, yeah. I don't mind if it goes all the way. I don't want it to, but I don't mind if it goes all the way to like the final week before 9.2, because what do we do after that?
You know what? Kata said this the other day, but she's 100% right. She was like, y'all, it feels like Castle Nathria was last expansion at this point.
And when she said that, I was like, holy fuck, that does feel like it was forever ago. Like,
We did finish it so early compared to what we usually do, to the point that we were beating it on heroic on second, third alts. Like it was a jokey joke at the end.
yeah, okay, so I was going through my alts, and I was like, my Demon Hunter has killed the Nathrius, and that, I couldn't fathom that. I'm like, when's that happen to my fucking Demon Hunter? Like, I don't remember playing him.
The thing is, like, we still do not have an announcement date for even 915, let alone 92, so we'll probably get to that point still with Sylvanas, honestly.
This is the one thing that I do agree with the shitty Wowhead comments on. They're like, wow, the news is getting pretty light with the male concubines. That must mean 9.1.5 is coming soon. Because Starting Zone said it too. When we get data mine shit, we get all the big nuggets first, right? And then we get the trickle down of the small news that you're just like, okay, well, that doesn't really affect too much. And then the patch comes out like very soon after. You get that the last like, oh, they changed the color of Kel'Thuzad's hat. You know what I mean? Like once like the shitty patch notes come out. So I do think it's on the horizon. I wish we had a fucking date because I started to level my survival hunter, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Why?
Ooh.
Honestly, okay, so there's this little, like, rivalry right now between Honors, Pablo, and Slide about, like, leveling and gearing their survival hunters now all of a sudden. And it's kind of got me wanting to, like, for the first time ever, try survival out on Metalloid.
Not fair.
Excuse me. Is Papa Steen gonna have to jump back into the fray and lose?
Hey, you might win. Who fucking knows? This has got to be one of the weirdest classes in the fucking game, so anyone has a shot at this.
Basically, everyone's take on it of this crew that we just mentioned is like, wow, Survival Hunter is the weirdest fucking class I've ever tried to play in this game.
I'm the only guy who grew up with it. I have the advantage.
And it makes me mad. It doesn't make me mad, but like, I want to play Necrolord Survival Hunter because A, I think it's funny, and B, I'm pretty sure I could beat people in our group, or most people, because I know how to work a class to its bone, to its core. And even if Necrolord's stinky, I can kind of make it like a little cool.
Is this to prove something to Heavy?
Yes. But no, I was Necrolord before Heavy's comments about my hunter, but I did switch Kyrian because I want to for sure beat Honors and Pablo. Because I know that so I've been digging deep into survival hunter lore. I've been going into the discords, I've been searching questions, I've been looking up stuff.
I'm sorry, but how deep is the survival hunter lore if there's only 5 of them and it's only been around for like an expansion and a half?
It's about 5 inches of water. It's not very deep.
But they're there, darn it. They're there.
And my absolute favorite thing is as I'm reading the Discord, scrolling back, looking at what they're saying, Survival Hunter and Feral Druid are basically the exact same. We're hunting for the same trinkets. We both want Yattinger, Spear of Destiny. Like, that's the same thing. And I'm like, God damn it. Like, even now I fell into the trap where I'm doing the same thing that I was doing before.
What, the melee agi class?
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't even realize that until like, I was like, oh my god, okay. So am I just melee agi? Is that what I am? Like, Demon Hunter, Feral?
Yes.
Like, is that my identity? It's not. Enhancement. Oh my god, I am melee agi. Because Gum Gums is an enhancement shaman, and I love enhancement shaman. Lo Quinoa? Anyone remember Lo Quinoa?
No.
He's coming back.
Definitely the forgotten son of the Pandaren 3.
I honestly think I'm gonna bring him back.
Well, I mean, like, that's unfair
you even
to
have
us.
Another rogue that you like better. Why little Quinoa?
Because technically immunization is part of that squad, right?
Yes,
I
which
guess.
means he's got to come back. Race change him again.
Well, my only problem is that I did make Bludgeon my shaman, and she's a Dark Iron Dwarf shaman, which is way cooler than a panda shaman. But like, Lo Quinoa, I'm kind of getting nostalgic for him.
Quinoa was a rogue, I thought.
Lo Quinoa was a rogue, and then that rogue got deleted, and then Lil Quinoa became an enhancement shaman. Maybe.
I see. I was like, motherfucker, please don't tell me you spent money on making Lil Quinoa anything.
No, Lil Quinoa was changed forever ago, but like I've used him so little and I had so much hate for him that nobody remembers any Lil Quinoa lore, because why would they?
Now it is eternalized in this podcast.
Lil Quinoa.
I think we need to throw in a DN Hour thought that was submitted by a listener / friend of the pod, Gershon.
Oh, snap.
Gershie squirts.
Oh my god. But anyways, she originally had one when we were all in voice chat on the Thralls Walls Discord, but she submitted one for us to officially read on our podcast via our Discord. Plug the Discord, join it, y'all. And she says, do you boys think that we will ever be able to have more than one Lego on at a time? Why or why not?
I think I don't know about Shadowlands because there are class-specific ones and so many. I forgot, in Legion, were they class-specific or was it, like, type-specific?
Yeah, they were class-specific as well.
Then I guess there's nothing theoretically holding it back other than all of the content in 9.2 or 9.3 or whatever would have to be so much more beefed to account for that. Maybe because people already mow stuff down with 1 legendary here. Everything would have to be supercharged for 2. But then if you are these shockingly high majority of people who have 0 to 1 legendaries, like, then things would be unnecessarily difficult.
And in Legion, we were never able to have more than 1, correct? Or were we able to have more than 1?
Eventually you could have 2.
Able.
What part of the Legion expansion were we able to have a second one?
It was like
God,
9.2 is my
like
guess.
7. I thought it was like
7.2.
7.3, like Broken Shore and or like Argus. I'm pretty sure we could.
I'm gonna Google it right now, so just like this part. Legion legendaries can wear 2. So part of me, so when legendaries first came out, I thought the answer was yes, we could use 2. Looking at it now, I don't think so. I think we're only going to get 1. These legendaries feel, at least to me, I haven't played with many legendaries to begin with. I feel like these for Druid feel way too powerful to have 2. If I was to have the Convoke legendary and the Bite legendary, I would be absolutely destroying the meters.
I was going to agree with you and say that the legendaries that I currently have as a priest and as a hunter are stronger than the ones that I had in Legion. But then I realized that one of my legendaries as a priest is literally a 1-to-1 comparison as the legendary that I had in Legion as a res cape. But the flash concentration is so much stronger than any other legendary that I've ever had in this game. So I don't know what they're going to do. That makes me feel like my answer currently is no. Although I would like to say yes, because I think it'd be really fun to have a second one. But my addendum to this answer is that, Gershom, you're a hunter. You can technically have 2 legendaries right now because you can have Sylvanas' bow.
There you go.
Whoa.
You gotta turn that mindset into a grind set. You're the one and only person who can have 2 of them.
Well, the answer is yes. I can just put on my fucking Nyalotha cape from Rathian, and then we Gucci, baby. I can put on probably 3.
I can get my hands. I can put on my cape.
Can you?
I still have Fea Malorn.
Wait, can you?
That's 3.
Or would the game say to you can't do that? The game might say you can't do that.
I actually haven't tried.
I have my Heart of Azeroth on, I have my Rathian cape on, I have my Res pants on. That's at least 3.
Was Heart of Azeroth
Smish.
legendary?
No, Heart of Azeroth and your Legion weapon were considered artifacts.
Oh, okay, never mind. Ignore me.
The thing I will say, and just sort of piggybacking off of you guys, off of you guys is, yeah, like Legion you could have too, and granted I wasn't super epic, but Legion, my 2 legendaries were like, you get a moderate shield and occasionally you get extra critical strike. Whereas this one, it's like, here's a funny thing where you get combustion for 5 seconds. And my other one is like, every time you critical strike, you increase your damage by 500. I feel like they raise the stakes of the legendaries, and so they probably won't let you have multiples.
I think I'm tempted to agree with you and say that because, yeah, at least the main ones that I'm actually using to air quotes min-max are way better than the ones that I use in Legion. I will also say that I was not as serious about min-maxing myself in Legion, so maybe I just didn't, care or use the best legendaries then.
I do see that Milf has entered the World of Warcraft to give us a definitive answer.
So, I am logged in to World of Warcraft, and I am
boo,
currently...
by the way, it's for a good purpose, but still boo.
Sorry, I muted my microphone and I started walking forward in Orbos. I am on Alan, a tax master extraordinaire and a holy death knight, and I can report that Alan is currently wearing Asherakakamis, Shroud of Resolve, and he's wearing the leg plates of Monstrosity. 2 legendaries. Boom, Gershie Squirts, there you have it. You can wear 2 right now if you wanted to.
There you go. You just gotta get your old, broken, janky-ass legendary from BFA that I would assume at least the Alliance character does not have, because it didn't exist.
I will also say he just logged out with that cape still on. Next time he plays Mr. Allen's, then he is going to have that cape still on.
I hadn't played Mr. Allen's
Motherfucker will go 29 and 2 for 0 with that old equipment.
Wait, Mr. Allen's would totally wear 2 legendaries. Right? 29 or 2 or 50.
Yeah, exactly. He has... his shoes are separated into 2 separate legendaries.
Okay, I have to know, do any listeners out here even understand the Mr. Allen's reference? Because Mr. Allen's reach was not far, right?
I feel like it may have just been a Metro Detroit thing. Maybe I don't understand it.
Southeastern Michigan, because it reached me all the way down in the Ypsi Ann Arbor area. So, but yeah, please, literally anyone write in who wasn't from that area. Did you get a Mr. Allen's ad ever?
I could see it. I think it's like a local Midwest thing. Is there one in Chicago? I think there is one in Chicago.
I have no idea, but this is also not the first time that we've mentioned this on the podcast. So
nor the second, nor the third.
We just want an answer.
Mr. Allen's is the 7th host of the show.
Wait. Let me open the rule book and scribble this down. I'm sorry, everyone else. You have now been re-relegated to 8th host of the podcast.
29 or 2 for 50. And now it's time for our top tooch medium moot bottom boot starring Mr. Allen. Aaron, what do you got for us?
Well, it's a mixed bag because I just looked it up and apparently I am only 11 minutes away from a Mr. Allen. So, you know where I'm going at 8:28 p.m. But no, I have a bottom boot.
Come on.
I know. I don't want to bring this kind of energy to the show, but Ian Hazzy Mazzy Costas himself, Steve DeSnoozer, Holly, last name from the voice panel, all of them listened to last week's episode about my cries. It was the very first thing I talked about of Brewfest being broken, and they did nothing.
Still?
Here I am. Still, 6 days later, the eating contest does not work. And the other day, Cubby Bub and I were doing it. The Barley Brew Promote Yourself quest was broken too. It took us like 3 or 4 times to get on a ram and actually stay on a ram to go and shout out about them. And then the other day, the Hosen attacked. And I shoot them off, and the quest just didn't work, so I didn't get the 15 tokens from that one.
Not gonna lie, I haven't gone to Brewfest yet this year. I need to still because there are things I want to do, but like apparently I haven't been missing much.
It baffles me. Like, and I hate to be a negative Nance a lot, but it's like, it's been a week. It's been over a week. Why is this the most brokedy it's been since I started playing in 2015?
Also, Brewfest ends in literally 1 week. October 6th, I believe, is when it goes away. So I guess they're too busy making other changes to the game to fix Brewfest. But it's crazy that it's this broken, and they haven't even looked at it.
Like, I'd never say it's something they didn't need to do, but clearly their time for the Brewfest eating contest has been taken up by adding himbos to Karazhan.
You know, if they had just simply let us into their secret WoW content creators Discord, where the people who play the game and can bring the real heat, like, where's the Brewfest fix?
So we've eternally been your WoW content creator underdogs, but like we would like to formally announce to the DN Army that we got completely ignored when we asked to join that Discord. So
we did send an email to a random email that may have been the wrong spot to do the first place.
Listen, we are underdogs. I do not care the circumstances.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky,
All
Michael
I'm
Scott.
saying... Threat level midnight. All I'm saying is that the Borealis ring, Brewfest, probably a third thing that has inconvenienced immunization. We have been on the cutting edge of problems that no one else is addressing, and keeping us out of this group is negatively affecting all of you. Let us in. We want the power.
We want the power.
Hey everyone, Editing Aaron here. Welcome to the magic of it taking 2 days to make an episode. I was complaining about Brewfest being broken on Wednesday, and here we are Friday morning, and it's fixed. So, retroactive boot removal. It works now. Go get your tokens. But I'm watching you, Blizzard. You escaped by the skin of your teeth this time, but I'm still watching you. But, Slidewhistle, what is your TTBBMM?
I'm going to give my top 2 to getting AOTC this week.
That's pretty nice.
But it's honestly not just that. It's the fact that I got a bomb-ass ring from Stupid Tree, which isn't his name anymore, but it's funny they still call him Stupid Tree. I got a fucking balling-ass 200 crit ring. Are you kidding me? Crit is my jam. I fucking love crit. And then we went and killed Mythic Terragru, who fucking... Terragru has dropped nothing for me on Mythic. Not a single piece of loot. I've killed him like 6-7 times, and I've gotten nothing from him. And he finally dropped his beautiful 252 crit verse wrists for me.
Ooh-cha.
And he was like, you know what? I'm gonna sprinkle 55 speed on this and give you some speed. So if I can quote unquote Titan forged, which is dead now, but it forged into give me extra speed. So I'm a fast little kitty cat running around with best in slot fucking wrists. I feel pretty good.
Honestly, I was very happy that happened because I was tired of you complaining that Terragru never dropped anything for you.
He hasn't, and it's been absurd. He has so many good things on his loot table, which is why this is weird. I think we should be killing him with our guild group, but we can't because we only have 15 or 16, so we have to merge groups, but then people would be left out, and then it becomes weird. So I don't know how we can do that as Uno Mas, but we should figure out a way somehow because the loot there is super easy to get. Aaron, it's like nothing. Like the changes are so minimal that like it's it's just worth doing. Like we could just it's puggable, 100%, super easy puggable. People just need bodies, and that's all they need. And with the amount of fucking people playing Horde, switching to Horde from Alliance, I think every like Mythic Terragru Alliance group needs every body they can get at this point. Send help, Blizzard. Send help. Anyway, what about you? What's your name again?
Boyfriend.
What's your name again?
The pumpkin on Vander Lyle's desk?
Oh yeah, so what about you, Immune? What's your top 2 medium bottom boot?
Well, I left $2 on his desk for this pumpkin, but also I have a Mr. Allen's 2 for $20 this week.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
By that I mean
Also,
I have...
Immune, come on, you lived in Metro Detroit area. You know it's always 2 for $50, no matter the value. It could be gum, $1 or 2 for $50.
29 or 2 for 50.
Come on.
I'm sorry. It's been a very long time, I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, I have a 2 for 50. And I have a top 2 and a bottom boot. And I will start with the top 2. Just breeze through it really fast. Yes, getting AOTC. That was exciting. It's always a really good feeling. So shout out to Dogs with Jobs. But my bottom boot is learning that apparently I can't even go to Brewfest and get my trophy that I want because it's apparently still fucking bugged. Like, what the fuck?
Here's what you do. You show up. You try to win the contest. The bug will be instantly resolved the minute one of us walks in and tries to get it done, because Aaron's been trying to get it done. So by Murphy's Law, it will just fix itself automatically, just to spite Aaron.
Yes. What you must do is log in today or tomorrow before this program gets broadcast so that the last 10 minutes are complete and utter bullshit. That Blizzard's pettiness will outweigh, that'll motivate them to fix this.
Listen, all I'm saying is, while we're watching episode 1 of Big Wolf on Campus, while I stream it to you two, you just go to Brewfest, try the eating contest, it'll work. Trust me.
I do trust you because it would not be the first, second, or probably third time that we complain about something on this podcast and Blizzard somehow magically fixes it before this episode even airs.
I used to own this town. That's the opening theme song of Big Wolf on Campus. Only I know that, so I don't know why I made the joke.
Yeah, you threw that one out there, and I was like, neat.
It's just, that's something literally only I, the person, know.
I was like, which town do you own, huh?
You'll see in like 2 minutes when we start the episode. Alright, well, if you have any comments, questions, complaints, you want to send us an email at donotrelenttpod@gmail.com. You can tweet at us on Twitter at donotrelenttpod, or you can send me a personal email at navaracoffin@gmail.com. My coffers are overflowing.
Hundreds.
NAVARRA coffin. I've had 2 people ask for clarification on the email, and I'm like, am I not saying it clearly? NAVARRA, not O, A, coffin @gmail.com. Send it.
We have received hundreds of emails there, and even if I personally have told you that we have received very few, disregard that information. Be one of 100.
I'm answering them personally, so I don't want to bring it on the podcast. It's very personal information with everybody else I'm talking with, so send me a non-personal. Send me like I can squeak out on the podcast. What about you guys? Where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me, Alex, or Immunization on Twitter at NewEraAlex. You can follow the podcast Instagram on the gram at Do Not Relent. You can follow me on Twitch at ImmunizationDNR. You can leave us a review on Warcraft Radio Podcast Directory.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at The Big Cheesy on Twitter.com. You can find our literary musings at DoNotRelent.livejournal.com. And you can find me, I was doing my outro and then Slide put a screen cap from Big Wolf on Campus in the group, so I'm fucked up.
It's the only one. It's the only one under that GIF search. There's no more. Only one GIF.
You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/AaronDNR.
I'm sorry, but this also means that at least one other person in the world acknowledges that this show exists.
It was probably me. I probably uploaded it somehow, but I'm realizing it.
Why do they have wolf mustaches?
You'll see. Anyway, we're out of here. See you guys next week. Wait, what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say that, like, even after watching it, I don't think we'll see.
We'll see you guys next week after you watch the Big Wolf on Campus. And remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.